Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. So inshallah today we start with an explanation of a poem by Abu Firaas. Abu Firaas al-Hamdaani, and he's the cousin of Saif He was caught up in the fighting against the Romans, and he actually got placed in prison. And a lot of his poetry was actually written from the prison. He was at the same time as al-Mutanabbi, which is probably the most famous of all the poets of that time period. I mean, you see like a lot of the shawahid whenever you're reading through like books of Nahu, books of Lugha, you see like a lot of the people that use the poetry of al-Mutanabbi because it was very, very strong linguistically. Very, very, very strong. So he was born around 320 Hijri and died 357 Hijri. So he didn't live a very long life. His cousin Saif was in Syria, was the leader in that area, and when his governance fell, and after Abu Firaas he got out of prison with the Romans and everything, he tried to go back and tried to revitalize or bring back to life Saif governance, and that ended up becoming the death of him. So his poetry gives a nice insight to all the things that were happening around that time, because I mean he wasn't just a poet, but I mean he was the actual cousin of the leader of that area, and his cousin, I mean, in the area of was known as Halab in Syria. This is where his rulership was. So you're dealing with the person who's the actual cousin. So he's not writing from ignorance, like he's writing from almost a first-hand perspective. And he himself was a governor. He was made a governor in the time of his cousin Saif. And this poem, of course, is going to mention him. This is a poem that is probably one of his more famous poems. It's a little bit longer. It's about 40. Let me see. How long is it? Altogether, it is 45 lines. 45 lines of poetry. And it's this is one of the first poems that I was introduced to in the Arabic language when I was in Damaj, because a brother, he gave me this book, and it's a book that it was done by A.J. Arbery, where he was translating different poems from the Arabs. And this book is still available today, and I advise all the students that are studying the Arabic language to try their best to get this book. I bought it. I have it here now. It's available on Amazon. It's called Arabic Poetry, A Primer for Students by A.J. Arbery, because the translation is very decent. A.J. Arbery, he did a very good job at translating his poems and keeping the meaning of the poetry and keeping, so mashallah. I mean, of course, A.J. Arbery is not a Muslim. He's from the Mustashriqeen, which are the Orientalists. So, and this is what they did. They went around and they compiled all the Arabic language and a lot of this and translated it to different languages, to German, to English. So you see the top dictionary that we have right now, we use the Hanswehr whenever we're talking about the English Arabic dictionary. That's compiled by a German person, Hanswehr. When he went and compiled the Arabic language, and he actually, you could see that how he compiled the dictionary, that he had knowledge of the Arabic dictionaries. He didn't just do this by accident. So the way that he compiled it in the same way that the Arabic dictionary is compiled. So all of these Orientalists, this is what they were doing, but their whole goal was to actually corrupt Islam and corrupt the Arabic language from the inside. But they went and they also at the same time they learned it, and they felt power, they felt empowered by learning this ancient language, and getting the actual manuscripts and learning them. And they used to steal a lot of the manuscripts from the Muslim lands, and that's why you see the majority of these manuscripts now, they're not available in the Muslim world. You have to go to France, Germany, and these places, or even the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. to find these manuscripts, because they were all stolen from the Muslim world, or they were just bought because the people didn't know what they had, So Allah Mustaan. So this poem, me and this poem, we go way back, way back. When I first read it, I was like, mashallah, the wisdom that he had in the poem, the advice that he was given, the history. Everything that's going on with this poem is on point. So first, inshallah, with this introduction, I'm just going to read the poem. And then after this, inshallah, from the second lesson, inshallah, we'll actually go over the actual we'll start it like line by line, inshallah, going over the whole poem. So this is what Abu Firaas said in his poem. He said, أما لجميل عندكن ثواب ولا لمسيء عندكن متاب لقد ضل من تحوي هواه خريدة وقد ذل من تقضي عليه كعاب ولكنني والحمد لله حازم أعز إذا ذلت لهن رقاب ولا تملك الحسناء قلبي كله وإن شملتها رقة وشباب وأجري فلا أعطي الهوى فضل مقودي واحفو ولا يخفى علي صواب إذا الخل لم يحجرك إلا ملالة فليس له إلا الفراق عتاب إذا لم أجد من خلة ما أريده فعندي لأخرى عزمة وركاب وليس فراق ما استطعت فأن يكون فراقنا على حال فليس إياب صبور ولو لم تبقى مني بقية قؤول ولو أن السيوف جواب وقور وحدث زماني تنوشني وللموت حولي جيئة وذهاب والحذو أحوال الزمان بمقلة بها الصدق صدق والكذاب كذاب بمن يثق الإنسان فيما ينوبه ومن أين للحر الكريم صحاب وقد صار هذا الناس إلا أقلهم ذئاب على أجسادهن ثياب تغابيت عن قومي فظنوا غباوتي بمفرق أغبان حصن وتراب ولو عرفوني حق معرفتي بهم إذا علموا أني شهدت وغابوا وما كل فعال يجازى بفعله ولا كل قوال لدي يجاب ورب كلام مر فوق مسامعي كما طن في لوح الحجير ذباب إلى الله أشكو أننا بمنازل تحكموا في آسادهن كلاب تمر ليالي ليس للنفع موضع لدي ولا المعتفين جناب ولا شد لي سرج على ظهر سابح ولا ضرب لي بالعراء قباب ولا برق لي في اللقاء قواطع ولا لمعت لي في الحروب حراب ستذكر أيام نمير وعامر وكعب على علاتها وكلاب أنا الجار لا زاد بطئ عليهم ولا دون مال للحوادث باب ولا أطلب العوراء منهم أصيبها ولا عورتي للطالبين تصاب وأسطو وحبي ثابت في صدورهم وأحلم عن جحالهم وأهاب بني عمنا ما يصنع السيف في الوغى إذا فل منهم مضرب وذباب بني عمنا لا تنكروا الحق إننا شداد على غير الحواني صلاب بني عمنا نحن سواعد والضبا ويشك يوما أن يكون ضراب وأن رجال ما ابنهم كابن أختهم حري أن يقضى لهم ويهاب فعن أي عذر اندعوا ودعيتم أبيتم بني عمامنا وأجابوا وما أدعي ما يعلم الله غيره رحاب علي للعفاة رحاب وأفعاله للراغبين كريمة وأمواله للطالبين نهاب ولكن نبى منه بكفي صارم وأظلم في عيني منه شهاب وأبطأ عني والمنايا سريعة وللموت ظفر قد أطل وناب فإن لم يكن ود قديم نعده ولا نسب بين الرجال كراب فأحوط للإسلام أن لا يضيعني ولي عنه فيه حوطة ومناب ولكنني راض على كل حالة ليعلم أي الحالتين صواب وما زلت أرضى بالقليل محبة لديه وما دون الكثير حجاب وأطلب إبقاء على الود أرضه وذكر منى في غيرها وطلاب كذاك الوداد المحض لا يرتجى له ثواب ولا يخشى عليه عقاب وقد كنت أخشى الحجر والشمل جامع وفي كل يوم لقية وخطاب فكيف وفيما بيننا ملك القيصر وللبحر حولي زخرة وعباب أمن بعد بذل النفس فيما تريده أثاب بمر العتب حين أثاب فليتك تحلو والحياة مريرة وليتك ترضى والأنام الغضاب وليت الذي بيني وبينك عامر وبيني وبين العالمين خراب. So that's the poem, inshallah. So from the next lesson, inshallah, we'll start from the first couple lines and just take it little by little. Like I said, it's a very beautiful poem. A lot of wisdom, believe it or not, Allahumma musta'an. And yeah, inshallah, hopefully we'll find it pretty beneficial. Allahumma musta'an. وإلى هنا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.